All right. Once again, this is the Citywide Council for District 75's January business meeting. We call to order at 6:39 p.m. We are recording this meeting, which will be available on our YouTube, which is CCD 75 Outreach. Councilmember White, may we have a roll call?
Okay, 6:42. I'm coming right now. All right.
And we would need to turn the camera on, guys. It's not showing anything on this side.
Masuma Akhtar. Maybe if I speak, it'll turn on. No, it's not.
It should be on. Yeah,
there we go. It looks like the camera's coming back on now. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
You probably have to do it again.
Masuma Akhtar. Rebecca Alley, present. Christy Angel.
Present online.
Stephanie Bonilla. Joanna Gomez.
Present.
Elijah Hobbs. Giselle Ramirez.
Present.
Jessica Rivera. Sharon Stewart. Michelle White, present. Okay.
Is Stephanie Bonilla still she's still online? Okay.
I'm present.
She was here. Present.
Okay, wonderful.
Sorry, I didn't hear my
Give
name.
a quorum. Yes. We have 4 people in person, 2 online.
Yeah, 6 people.
That is correct.
All righty, we do have quorum. Thank you so much, everyone that is in attendance. Again, we do have language accessibility in this meeting. We have Spanish, Bangla, and Mandarin. At this time, we would like to go ahead and allow them to give their instructions. Spanish, you have the floor.
Good evening. Thank you. One thing at the end of my announcement, if you guys can confirm that you can hear me in the language line, would be great. Buenas noches. Para aquellos que necesitan interpretación en español, por favor, marque desde su teléfono el número 347-966-4114 e ingrese el código de conferencia o número PIN 818-270-133, símbolo numeral. Repito, si necesita interpretación en español, por favor, marque desde su teléfono el número 347-966-4114 e ingrese el código de conferencia 818-270-133, símbolo numeral. Gracias. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Bangla. You have the floor to give your instructions.
আপনারা যারা এখানে বাংলা ভাষাভাষী আছেন তাদের স্বাগতম জানাচ্ছি। যদি আপনারা আমাদের এই অধিবেশনে যোগ দিতে চান তাহলে 34796641114 এই নম্বরে ডায়াল করুন। ডায়াল করার পরে আপনাদের একটা পিনের দরকার হবে। পিনটা হলো 8643080078 দিয়ে তারপরে পাউন্ড কিংবা হ্যাশ চিহ্ন দিবেন। আবার বলছি, যদি আপনারা জয়েন করতে চান তাহলে 34796641114 এই নম্বরে ডায়াল করে 8643080078 তারপরে পাউন্ড চেপে এখানে জয়েন করতে পারেন। আপনাদের আবার স্বাগতম জানাচ্ছি। The Bengali announcement is done.
Thank you so much. Mandarin, you now have the floor to give your instructions.
The announcement will be made in Mandarin. 如果需要普通话翻译，请拨打电话号码347-966-4114，并输入 ID 号121626915井号。再重复一遍，电话号码347-966-4114，并输入 ID 号121626915井号。请在语言线上保持静音。非常感谢大家的合作。The Mandarin announcement has been made. You may now proceed.
Oops, I was unmuted. We are definitely going to be working through a little bit of a tight schedule. So what I want to do is see if anyone wants to be our timekeeper. We're working on having a clock displayed on the Zoom to help us in those moments. But does anyone want to volunteer to maybe use a stopwatch on their phone or whatever to time us as segmented on the agenda? Thank you, Vice President Gomez. All righty, wonderful. And our next space that we're going to jump into is our rules of decorum. Let's run through that really, really quickly so that it assists us in moving through our meeting. So I want to just make sure for those that are in the audience, we do have rules of decorum that do come from our bylaws, just to make sure that we give equity and fairness to our council members with their voices and that a minority voice is always heard. So every council member, they have at least 2 minutes to speak. We always want to make sure that you at least speak once and you allow all the other council members to at least have a space to speak, and then we'll always circle back. As many questions, we can circle back, but we want to make sure to let everyone speak in fairness so that we make sure all voices are heard. We also want to make sure that we keep discussion, even when we have our public comment for those who are in attendance. We always want to make sure that we keep things germane. That means basically keep things in the order of what we're speaking about related to business. No accusatory spaces or things. We know that sometimes things can become inflammatory based on just being parents and living life. This council is always here to support you. A lot of the things that you may hear should not have your students' information. You can feel free to always email us when you do want to give us information that should not be given out loud in the meeting, in the chat at all. So we want to make sure that you guys are governed. Any of the council members that are in the chat, please make sure to raise your hand or chat so that we can make sure you are recognized. We want to make sure that you also have your time. For Q&A and public comment, you will also have 2 minutes. That's with your question and with your answer. If you do already have questions that you want to ask of our new superintendent, Dr. McCoy, you can put those things into the chat and we'll make sure to make room for that when we do jump into our Q&A. So I just wanted to jump into that briefly so everyone knows how we're going to move forward. We have a pretty packed schedule, and let's move on to the agenda. And guys, you see the agenda as is. So we're going to go ahead and adopt it unless anyone wants to add anything additional to the agenda. Do we have any additions at this time?
No.
No.
All righty. If not, the agenda is adopted. Tonight, we do have a presentation from the Office of Language, I was going to say acquisition. Ooh, accessibility. I'm jacking the whole, listen, y'all, don't judge me. But we have great information tonight because we want to make sure that our parents have accessibility everywhere, even with your IEPs, documents, when you go into meetings, that you have space to be represented. So we have it here tonight. There's some things that our council can get translated. There's great information. I'm excited for you guys to hear from. Who is our guest speaker tonight? Do we have you as a host? Robert, I want to make you, Gabrielle, can we make him a host? I didn't realize he wasn't a co-host. One moment, Robert. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to spotlight you and I'm going to make you a co-host because I believe you have a presentation as well.
Yes.
Wonderful. Let me know if you're able to screen share.
Yes, I'm doing it right now. Can you see my screen?
It is starting to, yes.
Okay.
All righty, guys, we're going to go ahead and give the floor over to Robert Williams, who is going to walk us through the Office of Language and fill in the blank.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Williams. I am the External Outreach Specialist at the Office of Language Access, which basically just means I am the point person for all parent engagement. Okay, so on the agenda, we're going to talk about the NYC Public Schools background, our commitment to NYC Public School families, raising awareness in our communities, the schools.nyc.gov Hello webpage, and if there are any questions. So there are over 1 million students in over 1,600 plus schools that speak over 180 languages. Approximately 38% of the New York City public school household speak a language other than English at home. And our non-English covered languages are Albanian, Arabic, Bangla, Chinese, French, Haitian Creole, Korean, Russian, Spanish, Ukrainian, Urdu, and Uzbek. So we provide free language assistance services to ensure all families can access important information and communicate effectively with school staff. These services include interpretation for all types of meetings and interactions with school staff, whether it's in person, virtual, and over the phone. Translation of critical communications to ensure parents remain informed in their preferred language. And our office is dedicated to supporting both school staff and families with the resources necessary to effectively communicate in languages other than English. We have raised some awareness through ads on the MTA subways, the buses, some print and digital ads in supermarkets, laundromats, salons, barbershops, pharmacies. We have also advertised over the radio. Down below is an example of the advertising we have done on the MTA bus shelter and at the MTA subway. We have also done some direct parent outreach through robocalls, emails, text messages, and we have sent home mailers. So if you're saying that you have not received one or any of these direct parent outreach, please make sure that all your information is updated at the school, because we pull from the same system that schools enter your information in. We tend to change phone numbers or addresses. So just make sure that all your information is updated so that you can receive all of our direct parent outreach. So now we're going to talk about the schools.nyc.gov Hello webpage. When you go onto the website, I want to point out at the top right-hand corner, there is a Google drop-down. You just click which preferred language that you would like, and the entire website will translate into that language. Right underneath that is a short video. I'm not going to play it now. It's just explaining the same thing that I'm explaining to you now. So I urge people to actually bookmark this website, because it'll be easy for you to find if you want to request any interpreters for, let's say, PTA meeting or graduation, or if you need any parent documents translated. This website is a good resource for families, so I suggest that you guys bookmark this website if you're online on a computer. For those who want to just take out their phone and scan this QR code, you can do so as well and bookmark and save that on your phone. On the left, there are several tabs. I'm not going to get into all of them, just some key ones that we feel can better serve you. But when you have time, you should just go onto the website and click on each tab to see what's in there. Is a lot of various important information for you. The first tab I'm going to talk about is going to read helpful resources. Here you can find the multilingual Get Help in Your Language notice. Snapshot is on the right. You can also find the I Speak card. The I Speak cards are available in all of our covered languages. You can just cut that portion out, whichever language that you prefer, bring that portion to the school, and the schools must provide communication in that preferred language. So here we provide our translation and interpretation service request form. But before you fill out this form, we ask that you please go to your school first for support. Your school is your direct support for any language services. Now, let's say if there's a new staff member who's not aware of our services, or we have not trained them yet, then you can come to the website, fill out this form. And once you fill out the form, I'll get an email notification. I'll forward that to the principal, the parent coordinator, and whoever is the language access coordinator of the school. Each school should have a language access coordinator that attends our training. Our training is about a 2.5 hour training, and they get all the resources that we ask that they turnkey information to their school. We also provided a QR code as well for those who like to take out their phone and scan the QR code. And you can find that form under the Request Language Service tab. Schools, like I said, we'll forward that to the appropriate school or office or committee on special education. Families can also call 311 to make a request for language assistance services. Interpretation over the phone is available in over 200 languages. And please note that language assistance services may vary depending on the school or program that the student attends. The next tab will read how to request sign language interpreting service. This office is separate from our office. We are not in the same office. And because of that, they ask that you contact them directly at oslis@schools.nyc.gov, or you can do so by calling the 212 number that's on the screen. And they also have a video phone number as well. So here we have our contact the Office of Language Access. If you'd like to contact our office for any reason, language service related, you can contact us by filling out this form. We provide a QR code for those who like to scan with their phone. And you can find that form under the Connect with the Office of Language Access tab. Or you can contact your school's parent coordinator, principal. You can call 311, or you can just click on the Contact Ola link right here, and it'll take you directly to that form. Here we have our translation and interpretation feedback survey. We want to know how schools are doing with supporting you in your preferred language, good and bad. And trust me, schools like to know this information. You can fill out this form with your information, or you can fill it out anonymously. It's totally up to you. If you fill it out anonymously, then I'll forward it to the school saying, hey, you have a parent who speaks Spanish. They said that they didn't receive support in their language. Could you please make sure that all families who speak Spanish receive support? But if you enter your information, then I could say, hey, Robert said on this day when he came, he did not receive services. Please reach out to Robert with these services. Let them know that the school will support Robert, and the school has between 5 to 7 business days to respond to me, let me know that they supported that parent, or I have to escalate it to the superintendent office. We also provided a QR code as well. And like I said, we want to hear some of the good things that schools are doing as well, so we can ask that school maybe if they can model for other schools who are struggling to support their parents. And you can find that form under the Share Your Language Service Experience tab. Just click on that link and that form will populate. For those who would like to bookmark this feedback form, you can scan the QR code, save it, share with other families if they would like to fill out the feedback and let us know how their school is doing. And our last tab will read, are you having difficulties obtaining language assistance services? If you are facing difficulties obtaining language assistance, we're here to support you. You can also submit a claim through our translation and interpretation service complaint form. Your submission will be reviewed to ensure you receive the support that you need. This is not a formal complaint with the New York City Public Schools. This is our complaint form. So with this form, we become the mediator or the middleman between the school and the parent to get to the bottom of how we can support the school better so that they can help support families. And with that being said, are there any questions?
Council members, do we have any questions for Mr. Williams? Thank you so much for this very thorough presentation. I know council members in the chat were asking if you'd be able to share the documents as you were speaking. I did make sure to screenshot and share those items that parents can maybe download with the QR codes and the link to the survey, and we'll make sure to share that out as well to get that out for you. Council members that are present in person, do we have any questions for Mr. Williams?
No. So, no questions from the council members that are present. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll look forward to that. You'll send us the documentation, correct?
Yes. I'll forward you a copy of this PowerPoint.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again. Thank you for sharing your time. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Gabrielle, can we pull up the agenda? I believe our next item is we're moving into our interview.
Yes.
Do we have the candidate in person?
Yes.
Wonderful. Council members, give me 2.5 seconds. I wanted to make sure that we go ahead and move through the different questions and we give the candidate an opportunity to. Recording Secretary White, would you be able to go ahead and make the introduction of, I don't want to say her, Miss Fadage. I don't want to say the name incorrectly. So let's not butcher it, but let's try collectively to let her say her name and let's repeat it correctly.
I can translate. It's Fadaya. The J is Y.
Fadaya. How can we make sure to address you in this interview correctly?
Fadaya.
Can you spell that for me? Miss Fadaya. Gabrielle and council members, we have the information that was given to us from FACE, and we definitely want to go ahead and if you don't mind, I'd love to let her have an introduction really quickly for the 2 minutes to let everyone know about her and the things that she like you guys to know that you may not know that's on paper. And for those of us who are online, who may get to know a little bit more about her as well. So Ms. Fadage, you have the floor for 2 minutes to introduce yourself.
My name is Fadaya Nassinu. I was born in Brooklyn, near Coney Island. I grew up there. My parents actually immigrated from Albania, so I was first generation. And interesting enough, when I went into kindergarten in the public schools, I didn't speak any English. And they thought, it was very difficult going into the system. So I was very, very intrigued by what this new program was, because seeing Albanian, my language, when I grew up, no one knew that. They're like, are you from Albany? No one knew who that was. So it's nice to see that they're actually interpreting for people who don't speak the language. For 22 years, I was a head of HR in software companies in the city. And then my son, Bashir, with autism, had to go to private school, and I was involved in suing the Board of Ed for private school, and I had to leave work. And I ended up becoming a self-direction broker. So I worked with a lot of people in Staten Island as a broker throughout the boroughs. And he is now 15 in high school. He finally joined public school for the first time in B75 in Staten Island. It's part of Hungerford at New York High School. So it's a whole new world. And I was intrigued by what you guys did, because I've never been part of such a big community. I came to your busing meeting, I guess, back in October. And I asked you to say, like, what, I had no idea. And then someone said, you really should put your name into this. I'm a strong advocate. I work a lot with the parents in terms of not just brokerage, but like right now, the thing that I'm focusing on is Medicaid renewals. For whatever reason, people are losing their Medicaid. And I've gotten escalated to the commissioner of OPWDD. I've made a sample application for parents. I'm helping parents because it's never, ever been this bad. They're like taking the code of disability, removing it from the children in the system. They're saying they're not receiving the Medicaid renewals. And as we know, not just Medicaid, not just self-direction, but everything is on Medicaid. So like your medication, your doctors, it's pretty bad. And then if you don't do a fair hearing, you lose it and you might not get it back. So we have, it's bad. And I've been, that's one thing about me, like maybe because I'm a January baby, but I focus on something and I really give it my all. And I think my HR background helps me understand the benefits part of it. So I'm really getting involved heavily in things that are not brokerage. I'm also on the, I guess, IEP team member. So I get called into IEP meetings, and it's been a really interesting turn for my son. He's been in private schools his whole life until age 14. He actually went to school in Long Island. It's called Tigerman. It was a non-public school. And now to see him in public school, it's been a great thing. And, I think what my feeling is, I want to advocate for our children because I've seen, how can I put it in a nice way? These 75 kids are treated differently. They're treated differently for busing. My son never had these busing issues before when he was in private, and now he has them. It's interesting to see that. Just in general. And I just, I'm here just to learn more and add value.
Thank you so very much for the introduction. And I do remember you joining the busing meeting and being very effective. Thank you for joining even as a community member, because that does matter. Council members, I did on the back end say Vice President Gomez, Recording Secretary White, Treasurer Rebecca Alley, if you guys could ask the 1, 2, 3 questions to our candidate in no particular order.
Okay, so question 1. Are you physically able to attend our public meetings in person, even when we are traveling all across the district?
The district means what, like in the boroughs?
Yes, throughout all of the districts.
I can't do that now tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I feel like you already answered how you have supported your D75 community recently. And question number 3 is, you kind of answered it. How do you feel you need to be, and what do you feel you need to be an effective advocate?
I feel like our children, for whatever reason, are labeled a certain way. I feel you want to call them high functioning, low functioning, high needs, low needs, and our children deserve a voice. And I want to help with that because I feel like my son, he's in the middle. He could go either way. I chose to take him from standardized testing to alternate. I chose that. He was always standardized because I feel like there still could be a future for him. He could still work. So I really want to make sure that we advocate for him and not let our kids get lost in the system.
Gotcha.
That's very important to me.
Wonderful. I want to ask you, do you have any questions of us as a council? Or, you answered everything pretty thoroughly, but we want to make sure that we also give you space to see if you have any additional questions.
When do we actually meet with people who make these decisions, like people in charge? Like, are they on the call now? Does anyone else join, or is it just parents?
Meet in regard to which we are you referring to? The council or
from the schools? Like the 75,
like executive level.
Yeah. Exactly. Any relationship with those people?
So I will say this for our council, and Andy, thank you, Chief Andy, there, we love you. This is our chief that's also under our Deputy Chancellor, Fody, and they are very accessible. When it comes to our council, technically we have a business meeting and a calendar meeting. You are responsible to attend the calendar meeting, and you have to make sure you don't miss 3 of them. Then that would end up making you remove yourself from your seat. So the calendar meetings, which we basically at this point for this particular council, we merged our meetings. So we meet the first Wednesday of every month for about 6:30 to about 8 o'clock. We try to get in and out of it. As a council, we do have a monthly meeting with our superintendent. We do have working groups and things of that nature where we work with every single level within District 75. And then I, as the president, do get to go to meetings with the chancellor, and we uplift any and everything that our council members and community have out there. So there's a lot of spaces and a lot of meetings that we go to with joint public hearings and things of that nature. So legally, by law, we are bound to do a lot of different meetings. So you would have a lot of space where you would actively be involved and required to meet with legislators and to meet with the hierarchy of different people within the New York City public schools. You have any other questions? Wonderful. Well, thank you for your time, council members. We are going to transition it over to you. Do we have a motion to approve?
Stephanie has a question.
I'm sorry, say it again, guys.
Stephanie has a question.
Yes, hold on. Let me see where she is in the chat. Miss Bonilla? I don't see, did you have, where was the question? I'm sorry, y'all are missing it. I don't see it.
She has her hand raised.
Oh, Miss Bonilla, please come off mute.
My question. Hello, thank you, Miss Rebecca. I believe that was you.
Yes.
Thank you. My question is, what skills do you hope to develop through this role?
That's great, I guess, in terms of really understanding the New York City public schools, because I've never, besides attending myself all the way through CUNY, I went to Brooklyn College. I don't know how it is to have a child in a public school. It's my first year, so it's a very interesting change for me. I really look forward to learning more about that. It's very different. And it's a lot better than I thought. It's, you always have the stigma, but it's actually really great, very supportive. They have all the related service providers, so I'm pretty pleased so far.
Thank you so much, council members. Do we have any additional questions before we, someone
There's
call?
another hand raised.
Is it Miss? I don't see a hand risen. I'm glad you guys can see that.
Patricia? Patricia? Oh I'm not loud, sorry.
Patricia, is that a council member? If it's not a council member, this isn't a section that's open to the public.
Oh, okay. No, it's nobody else.
Okay, wonderful. Council members, with Ms. Fadaje, thank you so much for your time and with the interview. Do we have a motion that we want to move with the approval of Ms. Fadaje on our council?
I motion to approve Ms. Fadaje.
Fadaya. Thank you for correcting us. Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Gabrielle, can you please notate this as resolution 27 as we are filling the last vacancy with Ms. Fadaje? We are now going to, is there any debate?
No.
Seeing no debate, Recording Secretary White, may we move into a roll call vote?
Correct. Yes. Rebecca Alley,
Yes.
Masuma Akhtar, Christy Angel,
Yes.
Stephanie Bonilla,
Yes.
Jessica, no, Giselle. Okay.
Oh, Jessica does
That's
count.
what is on.
Jessica,
Yes, Karen.
Giselle Ramirez,
Yes.
Sharon Stewart.
Yes.
All right.
So if it was no, I would hear about this right now.
So that is, we have a motion of how many yeses, Recording Secretary White? Is that 8?
8.
We have 8 yeses. That means resolution 17 with Ms. Fadaje coming to our council is approved. Welcome. Thank you for being able and willing to join our council and being our newest member. Question, Ms. Gabrielle, do we have our face representative present where we might possibly be able to let her do her oath of office now?
Yeah, you said.
Yes. Yes.
All righty, if we can do that, we can go ahead and get you moving as a regular council member right now in this meeting. So once again, congratulations. And guys, this is community at work, showing up at meetings, finding out there's a space and a need and showing up. And she is representing Staten Island, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Third. We were just there today, so we are very, very happy about that.
Yes. That's
Is it Staten Island? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Wonderful. All righty, council members. Are there any other questions before we move on? Hopefully, Faith can go ahead and get the ball rolling on that end. And Gabrielle, can you move us to the agenda and to our next item?
What without you back? What without you back?
Well, she needs a folder now. I gave her one.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. We have a full council. Now, the only thing we need is a student member, and we will be a full deck. Okay. All right. So our next space is going into a motion for the legislative breakfast. Guys, as a quick follow-up, Councilmember Rivera has been poking in a little bit here too, helping us in the chat to know what our options are. So we have presented the following which we have to move from our original vote due to the fact that majority of March and April, Wednesday through Thursday is booked out. So we want to put before the council if we could have the dates of the 2nd, 3rd, and the 14th of April as options for us to find a new location to do our event. Do we have any feedback? And Councilmember Rivera, I know you're on chat. Do you want to put anything in the chat to say anything?
You gotta work with it? What day is it? The 14th, the 3rd.
That would be a Monday and a Tuesday. And I believe the 14th is a Friday. Don't get me wrong.
Can I think about those dates? Yeah. Is it a breakfast?
Yeah,
The parents to come?
for the council.
Oh,
It's a
'cause
Tuesday. Councilmember Rivera has says the 14th is also a Tuesday.
I wouldn't be able to attend this is Councilmember White.
On any of the dates?
On a Tuesday, I can never attend.
Okay, so then council members, we have March 3rd, which is
says 4/14 in the chat. Doesn't matter. I don't have to.
so we have 3/3 and 4/14.
Yeah,
Somebody raise their hand in order for the floor. Vice President Gomez, yes, please.
Okay, passing it down.
We also have to keep in mind on March 3rd and 2nd and 3rd is not Eid, Ramadan. So there may be, we do have some Muslim council members that are going to be fasting and they can't.
Not even council members, community. Thank you so much for bringing that up. You're absolutely
I
correct.
didn't mean to keep anybody else out. I apologize.
No, do not. That's equity, mama. That's the right thing to do. So do we want to look at possibly March 9th or 10th and then the 14th, April 14th, leaving it on a Monday?
Miss Christie, it's the full month, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the full month.
Eid is on March 20th when the kids have off, so anything after that date.
Yeah, so anything after March
20
20th.
3/20.
So March 23rd?
Yeah, that after March 20th is fine. Kids have off on
Okay,
Friday.
so guys, we have March 23rd, March 30th, and then April 14th. Do we want to try that as possible dates?
Oh, yeah, Eid is Friday the 20th.
I could do the 23rd or the 30th.
Okay. Any other council members? March 23rd and 30th. Are we looking at adding the 14th as a third just in case date?
Can I also say one thing, Ms. Christie?
Yes, you have the floor.
Also, did we look at the senators in Congress calendar? Are they in office? Are they going? Are they leaving?
Yes, we did look at the calendars. Now, what people do personally is going to be different. So this is our 4th year doing it. So normally, if a senator is not able to make it, we either use their chief of staff or we give out the education staff members. They will send staff to still come.
Okay,
so we'll be able to fill in the different blanks. We do have a grouping of different legislators that do show up and then some that do send staff members.
Okay, I just wanted to ask clarifying questions.
No, thank you so much. Council member Rivera. No, I don't have the
It's a Monday.
I don't have it available, but it's pretty much blocked out the Wednesday through the Thursday. So Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays are the dates that work. Do we have a location? Thank you, Second Vice President Bonilla. We did have a location. Originally, the district had been working with us for Baruch. And so they're thinking of, was it Baruch? It was one of the colleges, don't get me wrong. We had a location, and now we might be able to use that interchangeably as our awards dinner location. I think it's the Brooklyn Law School. So now we will need to find a new location, but we do have partnership with the district to be able to figure that out and have what we need in a space that actually is conducive to what we need.
We work on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I'm off those days.
Okay, so Monday, I guess it's Wednesday, we should. No, I work. We work. So what about the Fridays? Friday? I work.
President Angel, some of the council members are asking for a Friday date.
A Friday
Monday?
date. Do we how many council members can do the Friday if we do a Friday? A lot of people are going to be traveling back from DC, but we can still do it. We can still make it happen. So if we're looking for Friday in March, after the 23rd,
Can you do
the 27th,
I can do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
March
Sorry,
27th,
can we
guys,
look
I'll
at
tell you this.
Thursday.
Thursday?
President, can we look at a Thursday?
The 25th. Want to do it on my birthday?
Yeah.
Guys, they're going to be in session on the 25th.
Oh, darn it.
All right, at the
Thursday could be after Thursday.
the 26th.
Members
They're
of
going to
the
be in session on those days. That's why we're trying to do something at the top of the month or the end. I mean, at the top of the week or the end of the week.
It could be a Monday. It could be the 23rd.
I mean, if the 23rd is the only.
We can't do May. It has to be.
Yeah, we want to get the legislators in before they start making their budgets and different things like that. So we really kind of want to do it before April. May would be extraordinarily late.
Yeah, the 23rd. 23rd of Monday. 30th is also Monday. 23rd.
Okay, so we want to try for, are we aiming for the 23rd? Is that what I'm hearing council members say?
Majority.
Yes.
For the 23rd on a Monday.
Do we have a motion to move our legislative breakfast day to March 23rd?
Motion,
I second the motion for the 23rd of March.
Do we have any further debate?
None from the council members that are present.
Councilmember Rivera, I know you're in the chat. Did you have any, I don't want to overlook you. Did you have any debate? You said I missed it.
This is a breakfast, correct?
This would be a breakfast. We normally do it from like 9:30 to about 11:30. We allow people the first 30 minutes to kind of get to know each other, meet and greet, network, and then we move through a series of events and we have different speakers, we have different legislators speak. We have a full template. Council members, the expectation is that we all work together with this because it will be a heavy lift. So that will be the expectation. Shortly, we'll be figuring out a legislative meeting so we can get the ball rolling because as Councilmember Rivera knows and a couple of other people, we had a lot of phone calls we have to make regularly up until we get toward the end and the date because people will wait to confirm. So with that being said, I think we're good with Councilmember Rivera. Do we have, okay, so we have a motion, no debate. Councilmember White, may we go into a roll call vote?
Rebecca Alley,
Yeah.
Christy Angel,
Yes.
Stephanie Bonilla.
Yes. With consideration of maybe next year doing a dinner. But yes.
Okay. Joanna Gomez,
Yes.
Jessica Rivera, Giselle Ramirez.
Yes in the chat.
Okay. And Sharon Stewart.
Yes.
Michelle White, and Fadaje. Nassimi.
So is that a total of 9 yeses?
Yes.
That's a total of 9 yes is the motion does pass for our legislative breakfast to be on March 23rd. District members, I hope you're writing that down. We'll be talking to you soon about that. For sure. Sasha, you already know. Thank you, council members, very much. Our next motion is, Council Member Vice President Bonilla, do you have the safety resolution or can we postpone that to February?
I have it, but since I didn't send it on time, we could postpone it for February.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. That way I could give members time.
Okay, wonderful. Please let the record show that we will be adding Resolution 26 to the agenda for February's business calendar meeting. We will now be moving into committee updates. Councilmember Bonilla, do you want to jump in on anything with busing, safety, your next committee meetings, capacity utilization?
For safety updates, I just wanted to thank the FDNY for coming in to speak on fire safety. That was a great information session for everyone. I think everyone got a lot of insight on that. I also for busing updates, we are still going through emails. There are still students with either no routes or late routes that are still happening. So we are going to keep following up on those. And for capacity and utilization, we were able to have we have an accessibility a spreadsheet with all the boroughs, with all the numbers, ratings into what accessibility to each building have. We are looking for the numbers 5 and below in order to target those buildings to accommodate the accessibility there. Do I see counts? Sorry. Uh, 1 second. Just trying to see if the co-chair for capacity is on. They are not on today. Okay. Those are all my updates for the committees as of now. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't we have a meeting coming up on the soon, like in a week or am I wrong, Gab? We have the what is that, the 26th of January? That's busing. Do we have a safety coming up? Or am I confusing that we get with Giselle's inclusion?
No, yeah. Inclusion is on the 15, right?
Okay. Okay.
There.
As
We
long as
have capacity and utilization on the 14th and the 28th. We're trying to get building facilities to come in order to do a small presentation to talk about some of the things that they're working on.
wonderful. And guys, I'll make sure that we keep the website updated so people can go to ccd75.org and just immediately sign up on the website. Also, Gabrielle does often send out these flyers. We send it through the district to make sure people do have access to our meetings. Thank you so much, Second Vice President Bonilla. For myself, for outreach, we're doing a lot. Part of it I can pull into the president's update, but let me try to figure this out initiative-wise. Guys, we're very proud of the fact that the puppetry in education is happening. Thank you, Dr. McCoy, for supporting education further with our council. We know this is something that folks have been pushing for a while. I feel blessed because I know my baby has been using puppets, and that was brought to him by District 75. So thank you for servicing even him with speech and communication. So council members, we have picked out a list of schools. Thank you, Vice President Bonilla, because P10 was actually an excellent choice. We have 721, I believe, M and 721 in Brooklyn, plus 396K, 277Q, and what was the other one? Is it 721Q? It might be Mr. Renulus' school. But we have a bunch of people really excited, guys. If you guys can come down just to see what's being created, that's going to be legacy from our council. That will be January 27th from 9 to 12:30 p.m. The other part of outreach that we have that you guys know, the CUNY initiative has been doing a wonderful, wonderful job. So we're looking forward to a little bit of media. They may possibly come in Queens and for our Staten Island and Manhattan merge location. Guys, as of right now, please write down the 27th or the 30th. That's actually the dates that were being held for that. So it will be a busy week for our calendar, for our council members, for those who can show up. Am I thinking, include NYC, of course, you guys know Second Vice President Bonilla and Council Member Rivera will be showing up for our council in order to make sure that we're tabling and giving information and showing up for the council. The other thing is we're very proud to say that we have released our annual report. We're going to be having an annual report meeting to just walk people through it. We're really proud of the work that we've done. There's a lot more that can be added, and we're proud to say that because we keep getting to show up efficiently and make sure that we're standing in the gap for our constituents. So we'll make sure that we have a copy of that to everyone. We've also been moving forward, sending that out to legislators. I do want to make the announcement that Recording Secretary White has said yes to be our legislative chair. So let's give her a round of applause. We're going to be doing some work to walk her through the steps. She has had a wonderful heart talking about, hey, let's get these QR codes in these spaces so we can go out and meet these legislators, boots on the ground, not just making the phone calls. And so I applaud you guys. I'm very, very, very proud of this council and the work that all of you are doing because it is uplifting the community and they need to know that you guys are heavy hitting. So I'm proud of y'all. Okay, the next part, I do believe Giselle, you said the location for is going to be 721Q. I can put the flyer up momentarily for the Queens location, which will be at 9:30 on January 30th for Queens location for CUNY. Do we have any other committee updates? Giselle, I know that you're going to be.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Bonilla. You have
Real quick, I just wanted to add that we were able to go and pass the vote for the Bronx Hip Hop School opening in September 2026. And I was able to show up with Dr. Hoggard, and it was very exciting news. We're looking forward to opening the school and doing the collaboration for our students.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. Now, I don't want to keep putting you on the spot, public advocate Ramirez. We scheduled Gabrielle, help me. Is it the 16th
No,
that we're gonna be?
Is the committee utilization committee?
I think it's
The one-
inclusion. We're doing inclusion. Your inclusion, yes.
No, I think we didn't get the date yet, if I'm correct.
Okay. Well, then let's put a pin on that on the back end, and we can always move that forward without any rush and or worry. Gabrielle, can you make sure that we bump up the thread so we can make sure public advocate Ramirez is situated and set? With that being said, I think that's all of our committee updates. In our unfinished business, I know that Second Vice President Bonilla is the only one that saw an email come through about the Wellness Advisory Council. I think Councilmember Rivera might have as well. However, because Bonilla did respond first, I want to honor her request, but I also want to ask, does any other council member want to join the Citywide Wellness Advisory Council? I do believe they meet only once a month, and it is virtual. When I did it, it was still virtual, so I believe so. Any takers?
When is it? What
We
time?
let me see. They actually would be sending out a more specific calendar, I believe, when we have. Hold on, let me look up the wellness. Gabrielle, if you find it before me in the email, let me know. But I think I can try to grab it quickly. Hold on, y'all. We forwarded it to the council members, but let me try to accommodate. Hold up, wellness. Let's see. Wellness Advisory Council 2026. Okay.
4 meetings on February 12th.
Thank you.
March 26th, April 16th, and May 28th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. That Thursday.
No, is that for the conference, for the neurodiversity conference?
No. This is a citywide wellness advisory council. And this works on different health, safety, wellness type of matters and things of that nature. Gabrielle, can you would you be able to quickly maybe grab that screen, grab it or something so that we can make sure council members know, or read out loud briefly so that they understand really quickly?
It sounds interesting though.
It says, let's see. This is actually an old email.
It's virtual.
Okay, so you're going to learn effective strategies to implement the New York City Public Schools wellness policy, which they will work through. You're going to provide feedback on parent and caregiver facing materials, and you'll promote the wellness initiatives to families in your communities. Those are the 3 mandates for that particular council. I can say it's not something that's going to be very difficult. You will learn a lot in there, and you'll just need to report back when you come. So Councilmember Bonilla would be the main person, and then the other person would be an alternate.
I would like to participate.
Councilmember Public Advocate Ramirez?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Gabrielle, can we please note on record for the wellness advisory, we would have, let's put, Councilmember Rivera said she wanted to be, let's add all 3. Let's have an alternate for the alternate. Let's put on Rivera. Let's put on PA Ramirez, and let's put on Bonilla as the main member that will be a part of it. and we'll make sure that we delegate appropriately. I'll make sure that you guys have access. I do see you speaking in the chat, Councilmember Rivera. We'll make sure that you absolutely have access. So let's make sure we have that noted and on record. Thank you so much, Gabrielle, for pulling that up on screen. Do we have any new business that we want to add to our business meeting? None? Councilmember Rivera, you have the floor. Are you able to unmute, or should we read the chat? Can we add home instruction to our next meeting to follow the resolution? Thank you for bringing that up, Councilmember. What we should probably do, what my guidance would be, we will move as a council, of course. Because we wrote the resolution and because we have specificity, we're asking for amendments. We ask for a town hall and a separate meeting. If we bring them specifically just into a meeting, that would end up kind of shortchanging what we're asking for as a council. So that's my feedback in that regard. If council members are saying, hey, let's give them 15 minutes to jump in and say, this is what hospital schools are, this is what home instruction is, and then we also have that separate workshop, I think that's fine as well. Do we have any feedback from council members there? Actually, that's a great part to bring up. I'll bring up that in my report. We have had some, let's see. Gotcha. Yes, we would always have to have updates. So guys, it's great that Councilmember Rivera is speaking up on those parts. For everyone that is going to be a part of a working group, please do know you will be giving updates to the council about your work and what you're doing so that we can all remain in accountability to what we are doing. Now, I do see the joint public hearings under new business. I almost forgot that, guys. So we do have 3 coming up. Gabrielle, are you able to show that really quickly? Thank you. I let's see. So I have my name down there for Queens. Anybody can join this call, guys. We want to encourage you to show up. They're generally maybe 15, 20-ish minutes. They're not very long, actually. They're very informative. We do have committee meetings and community meetings. And when those are available, they will also be on this joint public hearing list. So if we have visits that are having anything to do with a school that's truncated or merging or things of that nature, and it is available, it will be on this list for any of the walkthroughs, any of the community or SLT virtual things, and for the virtual joint public hearing meetings. Gabrielle is doing a great job keeping us updated. There is a Bronx proposal that should be coming out this Friday. So please do look for that in your emails. You guys are being forwarded every single email from the council. So please do try to make a VIP folder so that you can find those items. We will always keep a tracking guide, but in your folders, in your emails, you will have the education impact statements. You will have the information that you would need to be responsible for, knowing when you come into the meetings. We can chat on our one-to-ones when I check in with you guys if you want further information, just so you don't feel kind of thrown out of the loop of what is a joint public hearing. I don't know what to say in front of someone. I don't want you guys to feel ill-prepared or anything of that nature. So we can always make sure that we chat offline and that you guys feel comfortable and knowledgeable as you step into these spaces that are mandated by law for us. So we want to make sure that we stay accountable. Do we have any other questions? Vice President Bonilla put something. Yes, that should actually be in our shared drive, Vice President Bonilla. We can double check, but it absolutely should be into the shared drive. Are we able? I think those are the last items. Guys, I want you to, I believe in the printout that you have, under the council member questions that we did originally, there are our goals. It says suggested because this was printed out before we voted. These are the goals that we are responsible for the end of this year. We're voting on goals every single year. So these are the things that we said we want to do. So we want to make sure that we're still upholding these items and trying to push these initiatives and things through by June 30th. We can always make sure that we, like I said, we move behind the scenes in the email. If we need to have any working groups, we definitely do that. We invite the public to come in on our committees and things of that nature. But we do have to make sure that as things are speeding up and moving forward, we have to break out in great spaces, delegate, and make sure that we get our work done. With that being said, I believe we have no more new business under the business meeting. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, I motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
A second.
We are motioning to adjourn our business meeting at 7:41 p.m. We are now moving into the Citywide Council for District 75's calendar meeting, which we are starting at 7:41 p.m. Timekeeper, will you remain for us?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Recording Secretary White, may we go into a roll call vote?
Correct. Asuma Akhtar, Rebecca Alley, Christy Angel,
Present.
Stephanie Bonilla, Joanna Gomez,
Present.
Giselle Ramirez,
Present.
Jessica Rivera,
Present online.
Stewart,
Present.
Michelle White, Fadaye, and let's see me.
We're gonna get it.
Before next meeting, I'm gonna have it together.
Yeah, sit on it.
Oh, I'm muted. We do have quorum. We may now move forward into our calendar meeting. Thank you so much for putting the agenda back on the screen. The approval of minutes. Council, may we move that over to the February meeting? I do have an appointment with our AA Gabrielle and with Recording Secretary White, just to make sure that we have everything super tight on behalf of the council and for our records. Would that be okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Gabrielle, we're gonna make sure that we have the approval of the November, December, and January minutes added onto our February calendar. We will now move into our Treasury report. Do we have the budget that we can pull up? And while we're waiting to pull the budget up, Treasurer Alley, I want you to know that I did make sure we talked to the SGO so that he has that line item for our P card, so we know what the remaining amount is, in addition to the form that Gabrielle's submitting to us, so we can accurately make sure our budget is okay. However, additionally, our money's moved inappropriately from one line from that local food and travel. Accidentally, our purchase order for Include NYC came out of that versus the parent side of our, it's not parent advocacy, but our parent side. So we're moving that back to the correct place. And then there'll be some edits that we have to do, because we're only going to be able to move our finances one last time in March. So we'll make a change of some numbers and things and make a vote about that in March, so we can get all of our purchase orders. That would be stuff that would go for our vendors for our food items for the end of the year event, or if we do any level of event and we need any level of food or any level of item that we can get from a vendor, we would need to have those purchase orders ready to go in March, even if we're using it between March and June. So that's just a heads up to have. Treasurer Alley, I give you the floor.
Thank you, Ms. Christie. Oh, Anthony has something to say before I move on?
Our face representative?
Yes.
Okay, Anthony, you have the floor. You have a question?
Yeah, just wanted to let everybody know that the equipment line, the last day to modify that line is January 28th.
Okay, thank you. I don't think we're buying any more equipment, but council members, what we can do also, Gabrielle, let's make sure that we let everybody know the full deadlines that Mo sent over to us, just so that you guys are aware how we're moving when it comes to the different deadlines, in case one of you guys may want to be a treasurer another day, like, these are deadlines. This is how Central moves and things of that nature. So we'll make sure that we provide that to the full council, so you have that information.
Take notes, everyone, please. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Treasurer
Okay,
Allen.
so this is the budget for January. So we committed once again our Wix subscription, $59. It is taken out of our P card. Our balance there is $11.64. It's not written here. We
Actually,
also,
correct. The balance is, I believe, $975. Gabrielle, can you make sure to pull up the P card information after Treasurer Alley goes through so that we can see the accurate amount? I thought it had been noted on the document I had before, but I guess it's not here. Okay.
then the 80822 is for the owl, as if I recall correctly, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure. So we allocated the $808, 80822 to that. We have a balance left of $591.78 for equipment. Then we have the 300 for New York City Nice. That's a standing deduction. And then we reimbursed our parents $4,950. So collectively for the month of December, I'm sorry, $7,558.22 was spent, and we have a balance of $17,441.71.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you so much, Treasurer Alley. Gabrielle, did you have the other documents at least printed out, or can we put that up so that council members can see?
Yeah, I don't got that.
That might be a little bit blurry, but this is the December. So $916 is what's current.
Okay.
That might, I think 916 in the available balance. I'm not sure when the next charge comes through for Wix, but we also use this card for Canva. That is going to be a monthly charge that is coming out.
So
and I
we'll
think
have to have that.
No, we paid
one.
We paid the year.
Yeah, we
remember?
voted for the year.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for that correction, guys. So then we are
next
situated.
month-
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you
next
for the
month
correction.
we'll see all of that. It will
Yes.
be deducted. Okay.
Thank you. And that should be being able to pull up. I don't know if we pulled up that statement to show the members before, but as of right now, we do have $916 remaining on the P card out of the $1,500 that we allocated. And we'll make sure that Treasurer Alley, that you have these statements and other things that you need in addition to the budget to do the report.
No problem. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Thank you as well. Can we pull up the agenda to see what the next item is?
I have questions about the budget.
Oh,
Sure.
yes, absolutely. Vice President, Second Vice President Bonilla, you have the floor. You can unmute.
Can we put the budget back up, please? Can we look at on the left side, the OTPS side where the names are? There was
Really quick,
something about
one quick pause.
transportation.
Gabrielle, can you bring in, sorry guys, we want to keep equity. We need to allow one of our Spanish people back on the team side. They dropped.
You said allow what? I'm sorry.
We're making sure that one of the interpreters is able to get in. They had dropped for Spanish. We want to make sure we still have them there.
Okay.
Go ahead. You have the floor now.
I was asking about the transportation.
Yes. So that line where it says the 300, 500, go up?
Yeah, it was the transportation line.
Local travel and meeting expenses. That line 22?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so that line which was used inappropriately, which was what I was speaking about earlier. The $500 is going to be not where the $300 for Include NYC comes from. That line is specifically for travel for our AA. If she needs to take a Uber or take the subway or do something different to get to any of our meetings, any of our events, whatever that may be. If she does not use that, then the meeting expenses, we use that for purchase orders where we can pull in like some extra food or some extra drinks or some extra waters or something here and there if we have meetings. So that's what that line is for the $500.
No problem. My other question is if we could have the SGO come meet with the council, that way they could just go over the deadlines, how they do in the beginning of the year, since some members are new. I think that would be
We can definitely
helpful.
look into that, and then we can also,
And
Gabrielle, can you go ahead and just drop it into the actual chat so that we can keep it transparent for everyone.
And I really wanted to ask to see if maybe next year we could add a swag line.
No, that we have that's a whole different story. You'd have to look through the procedures and what we're even allowed to do. We can't.
I know that's why I want the SGO to come, because I was allowed to do it
So there's
before.
some things that we cannot purchase, and there's some things that we use our illustrious district to help us with, but also we can make sure to send you the guide where you can actually see bullet point by bullet point what you can and
I don't
cannot
need a
purchase. So
guide.
we can make sure, one moment, we can make sure that you do have that information, and then we can definitely see if Mo's able to jump on. We do have Minnie on the line now who actually did state that the deadline is going to be on the 2nd, which means, Minnie, we're going to go ahead and beg you now for a couple of days, because our meeting is actually that first Wednesday, unless the council does a special meeting. So I'm hoping that you guys can give us a little bit of an extension for those couple of days for our council meeting to make sure that we can
No
get those.
problem. Thank you. So Minnie is the SGO, you're saying?
I'm
No,
not the
Minnie is
SGO.
not our senior grants officer. No. We have another person named Ismail. So we can work through that. But I'll tell you guys now, there's a different kind of flow with things. So we'll talk to FACE and the SGOs and just see what kind of level of presentation they can do, because I don't want to give the idea that every council member will be able to speak to our SGO. They gave us issues for the president speaking. So I definitely will make sure to give you guys the level of access that we can with him speaking and helping you guys understand, sending you guys the documents and the, is it an SOP? Whatever Manny, help me out. The documents that help you guys understand what we can and can't do, i.e. what the AA can and can't do, because we cannot do anything with the budget outside of create it. And then she goes in and does that part and then speaks on our behalf with the SGO. But I got your back. We'll make sure you guys can learn.
That is correct, Christy. So
Somebody
normally that.
who's
Can you
speaking?
hear
I'm
me?
sorry.
Can you hear me?
Who? Yes, but I can't see who it is.
Let me put my camera on. Can you see me now?
Minnie, yes, Minnie Paulson, go for it. Thank you.
Hello. So there are guidelines on what the SGO can do and cannot do. So the SGO normally works with the AA, and then the AA gives that information to the parents. And in terms of the deadline, so I let Mohab know that you're asking for an exception to the deadline. So
thank you. And while we have the district speaking,
Yep.
guys, I'm going to
Thank you,
put those
Minnie.
deadlines and I'll attach it into the Zoom chat so you have it before we leave this meeting. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
We have
Thank
a
you so much
question.
too.
What was the we didn't understand what Hugo and Ms. Bonilla were.
We didn't hear what she was talking
Yeah.
about, what she wanted.
Bonilla just wanted to know, basically, how do we look at all of our budget lines? What do those lines mean? Can the SGO explain it? And I was saying that we can definitely give you guys the information, because there's forms that the AA uses that says this is what the council has a guideline and how they can use their monies. This is what you can't buy. This is what you can buy. Her initial question was, can we make a swag line? And for that, my honest answer would technically be no, because as a treasurer for a few years, I know that there were items we absolutely could not buy. But we can make different purchase orders and things with vendors, and we can figure it out. Where there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah, and I also wanted just everyone to have a better clarity.
Well, let's make sure, we want to make sure that everybody has the floor appropriately so we can move through the meeting. Vice President Bonilla, you had something else that you want to add in regard to what we're on topic for?
Yes, I just wanted everyone to have a better clarity, because usually there's a SGO presentation done in the beginning of the when we join a council. So I think that would be helpful for everyone
Okay, I
to
think
just have a
what
better
you're
understanding.
speaking about is the presentation that FACE does. We've
No,
never
I'm
had an
talking about the
SGO.
presentation of the
Okay.
STOs.
Well, we'll go ahead. I'll make sure on the back end that we look at what can be tangible and available for the council. Thank you once again, Vice President Bonilla, for bringing that up. Can we move on to the next item on the agenda if there are no further questions in regard to the budget?
You can move on.
All right.
Yeah.
And the next item, Gary, available.
Report of the president. Report of the president.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to make sure we move along and then get the district their time. So I'm going to try to make this brief per usual. Y'all know how I usually get down with it. So let me see what. So I gave you guys an update in regard to the different spaces that we're moving with our initiatives. We want to say thank you again for the district leadership. They've been really wonderful. Again, congratulations to Dr. McCoy. We know over the holidays that she has been affirmed and she is our new superintendent. So we're really happy about the partnership in that space. Today, we were able to go to Staten Island where we visited with the chancellor. It was really great because we got to meet a moment to have some of our District 75 students speak, some of the children that were ambassadors in the school speak, and they shared a lot of great updates and ideas for what we should look at and prioritize, or the chancellor should look at. And he was really wonderful with our children. It was great seeing Deputy Fody there, Chief Andy Corso. We actually had Christy Montalban, who is our District 75 representative. It was a really great space, and it was wonderful to be in shared partnership. Again, as we have several things that are going to be important in student-facing engagements, we want to remember about the Include NYC Fair and the 27th, as we said, the puppetry and education. And on the 30th, again, we have the CUNY, the CUNY pipeline with the substitute paraprofessionals. Now, one other thing that we've been talking about with the district is internships. I know some of you guys are like, well, what does that mean? Under outreach, I believe that we need to have interns, whether it's our council or the district. There's a lot of spaces where we don't have a lot of bodies and we need them. And if we can bring in students where they are appropriately in the correct field and it matches up with the work that we need all over the district with the office, I think that's wonderful. They're now looking at mapping out what they could possibly look like to kind of beef up and find ways to actually teach our different students that may be coming into District 75. So that's exciting. Along with that, we do have our Queens Library Initiative. As you guys know, we're trying to make Queens Library inclusive. So thank you, Natalie McQueen, for jumping on a quick call with us. We've talked to the different people in the library. They have spaces for inclusion, spaces for transition. They want to be able to have trainings. They want to have sensory meet and greets. Council members, if you want in, please say yes. There's a lot of work that we can uplift. We've reached out to the Queensborough president to see where they can attach into this as well. And we've also reached out to our District 75 presidents and the different council representatives that may want to jump in on this, because it will be another undertaking that will help build skills for our families and our children and let them know that they are included, because libraries are loud now. So we're excited about being able to work on that, in addition to exploring workforce readiness and community-based needs for our students. We're also working on, we know members wanted to create like this different pipeline with OPWDD, and we've been fleshing out what that can look like. Thank you, Councilmember Rivera. Thank you, Public Advocate Ramirez. Any other council members that want in on this? It will be a working group. We want to look at how can we follow up better with OPWDD to better understand how we track our students as they move beyond school. As we know, when our students graduate, they're adults, which means we don't have access to their information. So that is a great place that we could at minimum start. That can be fleshed out in any kind of way that we want to, but we want to try to make sure that it's something that we can stand up and with, and it can continue as a partnership with OPWDD. Lastly, thank you, council members that showed up for our coat drive conversation. The district has been just wonderful in partnership and in hearing our voices and working with the council. We are looking to create a coat drive. The district may speak more about that. We're looking at short term, maybe annual, long term. There's a lot of different pieces in it, but I want to thank Councilmember Rivera. Thanks you, Councilmember Bonilla, and Councilmember Ali Ramirez, Masuma Akhtar. Everybody joined in. Everybody raised voices and had great ideas. So we're grateful for the work that you're doing. We're also working on our school visits, guys. We want to say that through the capacity and utilization, we're going 0 through 10 for accessibility. So we have a grouping of schools that we're going through. Now, we have already sent that out. We're going to be uplifting those schools again. Please let me know which boroughs that you want to go through. We can kind of be lenient about the dates to make sure that you guys can attend too. We don't just want it to be me and Dr. McCoy. You know, we'll get it done, and you're going to be invited to all of those schools that we go through 0 through 10. We're still in the zeros and ones, but we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have those groupings, 3 to 4 schools per borough. It may not work out like that depending on how the scheduling goes with the district. We have to kind of work with Dr. McCoy and work with the district and with Dr. Hoggart, but we will get those things going and moving. With our resolutions, guys, we're going to make an additional packet that goes with our legislative guide so that people know. I've heard your voices, guys. They're saying, listen, we're doing a lot of great work with the council. People may not know about the CUNY pipeline. People may not know about our blog. People may not know about all the great resolutions that we're doing, which means we need to make sure that we're making that tangible because they're legal documents that help us push through and get the work done with our council and with our constituents. Again, looking ahead on February 7th, we do have another peer group that's happening with the district. We will be having our digital ambassadors back again. Hopefully we can have more council members who can show up. If any of you guys want to contribute, please know you're always open and welcome to join. We want to help our families navigate through digital systems and across the schools. Finally, again, the council's annual report has been released. Guys, we want to make sure that we have, if you can join the meeting, I'll find something behind the scenes that works for council members so you guys can be familiar with what we're trying to do, what we're trying to report, and any gaps where you may feel that we need to fill in. Lastly, the council has gotten moving on the working group for home instruction. We have several members that are in there. We have several deliverables that we're working on, and we will be meeting again on tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. Any members that want to join and continue the work, please do so. And that is my wrap up. So thank you guys so much once again. And I believe we'll now give the floor over to our new superintendent.
Hello and good night all. Thank you guys. Awesome job, President Christie. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of our D75 council members who are on. And congratulations to our new member. I don't want to say her name because I probably will jack it up. I'll try. No, I won't try, but just congratulations and thank you. And welcome to everyone else that's on. So I want to quickly try to share my screen. Let's see if this works. All right. Can you guys see it? Awesome. All right, cool. So we're going to go through some superintendent updates, and then I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Huggard, and he's going to share some other pieces. So really quick, on Saturday, December 20th, we had an amazing stress-free Saturday event. It was held in the Bronx. Want to definitely shout out not President Christie. I can shout you out too. But I want to shout out Sasha, who did an amazing job putting this together with Patricia Oliver. They're working on this stress-free Saturday, and it was truly stress-free. Not only did I meet the Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, but I got a mini massage. It was really, really good. Like my body was actually aching because he used like this machine on my back. It felt really good, but it was also very painful, but it felt like it was good pain. And I was like, this is just so relaxing. And she was in there also and just talking. We were in there for a while. We also did some dancing, some yoga. Wanda was present. We had Rima Bonita was there. It was awesome. It was fun. A lot of people. And I know that we are going to be taking it to the other boroughs. So definitely want to shout them out. They had raffles going. We had some art going. And it was just a really nice, organized community. Just great people. And they gave giveaway bags of a lot of food that they had. It was just really, really fun. They had lunch. The Bronx Borough President, she spoke. We took pictures. I know they were all over Instagram as far as I know, and the District 75 Instagram page and the District 75 Instagram page. So it was really, really, really a great time. So definitely want to shout them out and all who attended. And if you didn't get a chance to attend, we will be again coming to the various boroughs. And I hope you guys can make it because it was great. And we had over 115 families attend this event. So definitely, again, want to shout out Patricia Oliver, who's taking the hem of this and leading this work with Sasha. Awesome, awesome job. So we've been on a little road trip with Chancellor. I was with him and two principals and a few of our parents on the 5th, actually, as soon as we returned. We were at 168X It was awesome. It was a lot of people, and it was great to just hear from him. And he met some of our students. We brought our students to him, and he was very warm, very welcoming, and the students really, really take to him. And I love the way he speaks to them. He actually showcased that also today at 721K. President Christie was present, and he has his focal area that he's focusing on. And the way he interacts with people as a whole and also with our students, I'm just really, really taken back and loving what I'm seeing and observing from him. So, congratulations to him. And I know that he's going to be visiting many more schools. So I'm just hoping more parents, we will come out, we will meet him. You'll be able to, voice how you feel and what direction, some thoughts and some ideas for him, for his direction that he's going with families. But he does have a lot of great ideas, smart, very smart. And I like he listens. He's listening, he's taking it in and building. So we're going to be definitely supporting him and his work. Okay. So today I had a lot of check-ins after the 721K visit. We know that one of the deputy superintendents is on a medical leave. So Dr. Huggard and I have taken that work and really started to spread the work out amongst the district and really starting to look at the district and make, a few changes of the district organization as a whole. So today I had a check-in with Crystal, who is the director of literacy. And we talked a lot about literacy. We talked a lot about the direction it's going to go. We talked a lot about the second implementation visit. And basically, that's a group of different support staff from the district that's going to be going into the school systems and going into the literacy classes and making sure that they're doing New York City reads correctly and supporting the schools. I then had a conversation with Dier, who is doing the New York City Solves. We had a check-in, and it's going to be an ongoing check-in. And we also had the same conversation. They are really stepping up and doing an amazing job, and their thoughts and ideas, moving this work and pushing this work forward, is really going to be really great for our school community. I also told Dear that the chancellor's favorite subject is math, because that was one of our students' questions today to him. He loves math, and he's really going to be looking at New York City Solves to make sure that our students are really understanding the math, really understanding the concepts in the math and pushing that work. So I did have that conversation with Dear to make sure that we really are supporting schools and making sure that our scholars are really understanding the material. Then I had a conversation with the teacher effectiveness team. That's Kim and Kristen. We spoke about one of our managerial directors will be retiring soon, I believe this week or next week. I think it's the 14th. So we're going to be looking at her position and not only posting it, but also looking until we get someone for that position, how we can make sure that the principals and the school communities are still supported. So divvying up that work, I talked to Kim and Kristen, and we have a clear understanding of what that's going to look like to support those schools with anything that they're asking within the realm of that. I will let Dr. Huggard talk about our Father's Alliance, which will be resuming January 26th. So I think that's all for me. Wait, right? Let me see. Yep. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Huggard. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Dr. McCoy. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Good evening. Just a few updates to touch a little bit on what Dr. McCoy talked about. When it comes to our STEM office, Dear, we had hosted a family science lunch and learn with over 40 families that joined us. Throughout the science lunch and learn, families explored simple hands-on ways to do science at home using everyday materials. Activities focused on understanding water, land, and air, and how science connects to daily life. And just talking to the team, the families that came out, they showed up, they showed out, they had a good time. They learned ways in which they could plant gardens. They did planting and gardening activities. And if you were unable to attend, materials will be shared soon on the D75 website via a QR code. So as soon as that information is uploaded on a website, we'll make sure that our office send notification out to you so that you could gather the materials from the schools, the district's website. I'm excited to share that we have our District 75 Saturday Arts Academy winter session happening. It's back this winter. The program begins and brings students and families together to participate in music, dance, theater, STEM activities. And families learn alongside their children, engage in activities such as percussion and movement with music. We have theater games. We have hands-on STEM projects, building models in neighborhoods, playgrounds, and skyscrapers. This year, the program is expanded to 7 consecutive Saturdays, and it includes an additional elementary course option. So, teaching artists will be available and present from our community partners such as Yafa Arts, Brooklyn of Music, Epic Players. We also have the Center for Architect that's going to be a part of it. Families will also learn about community-based programs. They can continue outside of school. So we're really looking to make sure that we embed activities that our families and students could walk away with and actually, utilize these resources and activities when they're away from the school building. Our goal is to help students and families build lifelong connections around their interests and passion. The Saturday Art Academy dates are January 31st. And again, we're going to share this, February 7th, February 28th, March 7th, March 14th, March 21st, and March 28th. And the locations, we have 5 locations. In Manhattan, the arts program is going to be at Kips Bay, the District 75 district office. We have South Bronx 811X. We have in Brooklyn 396K, Brownsville. In Queens, we have P9Q. And in Staten Island, we have P37R. And the class times for elementary and middle school are going to be from 11 to 12. And then for the elementary performing arts, middle and high school STEAM, in transition post-secondary planning, the time is going to be 12:30 to 1:30. And with regards to our transition and post-secondary planning, we have upcoming parent workshops. On January 22nd, we have a workshop on guardianship and future planning. We have on January 27th, CUNY disability programs and inclusion initiatives. It's going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. And again, this information will be shared and uploaded to our district website. On January 28th, from 6 to 7 p.m., we have a workshop on Social Security and benefits workshops. And on February 10th, from 6 to 7:30 p.m., we have Guardianship 17A filling out the forms, step-by-step guidance for families on completing petitions independently. So please look forward to these workshops. I know Nora, Patricia, they'll make sure that the calendar is uploaded. I'm sure it's uploaded somewhere on our district website. They'll be sure to share that information with you. And Summer Youth Employment Program, Summer Youth Employment applications will open soon for youth ages 14 to 21. D75 will share application information. We will also host information sessions for families and schools. Our goal this year is to serve over 1,000 students. Again, that's our goal. We're going to aim for over 1,000 students. And this is a great opportunity for students to gain work experience and career exposure. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Nora, Patricia, I'm going to pass it on to you.
Good evening, District 75 families. Thank you, CD75. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a restful break with your families. In terms of family engagement, I know Patricia will share more about the stress-free Saturday, but I just want to put on a focus on the New York City Schools account. We talk about this every month during these meetings, but it remains to be one of our focus. We want to ensure that our families have a New York City Schools account. Right now, the percentage has risen. So we are at 74.2% as a district of our families have a New York City Schools account, but it continues to be an initiative and a point of concern. We want to make sure that all of you have your New York City Schools account in NYXA. In February, one of the upcoming events is the Family Peer Group on February 7th. It's here at the district office at 400 First Avenue, and all District 75 families across the 5 boroughs are invited to attend. This month, the focus will be on having 3 different workshops. It's from 10 to 1. The first will focus on the love languages and parenting, understanding that our children, although they may not have verbal communication. They express love in so many different ways. And you will learn what those different ways are and how we can support our students, our families. And it is an incredible workshop, and I hope that you're able to participate. We're also going to welcome Include NYC as they continue their series with District 75 Parent Peer Group. And this day, we're going to be talking about advocacy skills for families. And this is another great workshop to participate and to learn how we can better advocate for our students and their students' needs. And finally, and definitely not least, is I'm very proud to partner with President Christy Angel from CCD 75, and I thank her for her digital ambassadorship program that she is facilitating on behalf of the council on Saturday's parent peer groups. And it's an incredible workshop. Our last meeting, parents who didn't have a New York City Schools account were able to walk out with their account set up, and those who couldn't, I reached out to them later on and was able to support them. The best part of this day is that there will be childcare, we will have lunch, and we will have interpretation services in Spanish, Mandarin, and Bangla. So we truly welcome you, and we hope that you can join us on Saturday, February 7th. Patricia.
Good evening, families. Just to kind of piggyback off of Dr. McCoy, and the stress-free Saturday, the first one that we had, it was amazing. I think what was like the best part was coming up to the families coming up to me and saying like, this is something that I needed, and I never got a massage before. And just one mom, she kept saying, I've never been away from my son, and I don't really have family support. And she kept coming back to me and saying, is it okay? Like, can I really enjoy this time by myself? And just hearing, the families coming up, and she came towards the end, and it was just an amazing moment. She came and she hugged me, and she had tears in her eyes, and she said, I felt very relieved. And, that just like, made me know that this was something that was needed for the families. And so coming up, me and Sasha, we had a meeting with Brooklyn BP's office. We have upcoming dates of April 14th, I believe it is, for the Brooklyn event. On Friday, we will be speaking to the Queens BP and locking in the date for the Queens event. So we want to do this bigger and better. And all in all, we want the focus to be on the families. That we always put emphasis on the students, and we know they're going to be taken care of. We looking through all the stuff and all the programs and things that we're implementing and advocating, from, being a parent to being in the district office, and, just all the parent leadership and, things that go on behind the scenes. So I think it's a moment just to relax and enjoy and sit back. And Dr. McCoy, the pictures, I was going through the pictures, and she was really getting it on, and she had on heels. And she was in that little dance circle, and I'm pretty sure everybody walked away with a good time. So thank you guys again. Registrations will be sent out shortly, and have a good evening. Thank you.
I do have one more update on behalf of Dr. Hoggard. He asked me to share about the Fathers Alliance meeting. The upcoming meeting is January 26th. The PBIS coach, Twapa, will be joining us. The District 75 PBIS coach, Twapa, is going to join us and facilitate the conversation. It's going to be an incredible evening. She will be discussing how to self-care for fathers, and it's going to be specific, and it's been a wonderful topic. It's a self-care session. And so we welcome all District 75 families to join us for this Fathers Alliance meeting. I'll put the registration links for the parent peer group and the Fathers Alliance meeting in the chat, so that way families can register. Thank you. Have a good night.
And really quick before we turn it over, I think I said 721K. I meant to say 721R. So I just want to make that correction. Thank you.
Are those all of the district updates?
Sure. So, let me ask Sasha, do you want to share anything?
In the spirit of all the amazing work and the collaboration, I just want to say just a thank you to the council, particularly to our president, Christy Angel, and her entire team for the openness and collaboration and support. It's just been a really, really supportive time. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of us. And thank you all for all that you do and that we will continue to do together.
Thank you. Yes, I second that really quick before I turn it over. Thank you for all of your support, all of the ideas that the council brings. I know that the best is yet to come. And I'm just proud to be the superintendent to work with such a group that we're going to really evolve and push forth D75 to the next level. So thank you guys so much.
I'm not sure if we have any other updates, but council members, for the sake of time, those of you that are there, do you have any questions? I believe Public Advocate Ramirez, you said you had a question that you wanted to ask. Are we able to unmute for PA Ramirez?
Okay. Yes, Dr. Howard, if they're gonna open more stuff for the Saturday Academy, a lot of parents, including me, we were in the waiting list.
You say that again. You said that they're gonna open up more sites.
More stuff, like when we try to go through register, it says that there's no more opening for the Saturday Academy.
And what borough is that?
The Bronx.
Okay. Absolutely. I just want to track and see where the utilization is. And Dr. Haggard and Dr. McCoy, I can ask the team that runs the weekend academies to see what the status of that is.
Thank you, Chief
Of
Andy.
course.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council? Any questions from the council?
No, but I do want to uplift again. We need some data from summarizing, please. I know I flagged it, Andy, so I'm just flagging it one more time.
I got it.
Check in in one of our other check-ins. We want to make sure that we get that information over to council members. Guys, our district leadership team meeting is tomorrow. If we can share that flyer, parents, this meeting is open. You are invited to come. If you do need interpretation, it might be a little bit late by now, but normally it is a must that you email the district. Nora, can you put the email in? They need to email so that we can make sure they have interpretation if needed, please. Additionally, council members, can we pull up the flyer from CUNY, Gabrielle, for the neurodivergent conference? PA Ramirez wants to uplift. Guys, we want to look at two different topics that we may be able to present as a council at the neurodivergent conference. We just will need to bring up a, I think, 200-word pitch, but that needs to be done by January 20th. Can we pull up that document really quickly? There it is. All right, screen, oops. We're having technology fun today. So the two items should be listed. I can't see this too clearly. Can you call them out? Somebody who can see the agenda? I can't see that very clearly on this side. It's in the agenda for the trends, and yeah, I can't see that, Gabrielle. Can we pull the agenda back up just to, we want to save time a little bit, guys, here, so we can give the parents space to be able to talk. So this should be, so we didn't put it neurodivergent, two items. Righty, we did not.
It's under
they're under. I don't. Yeah, it says neurodivergent, but there was two topics that we wanted to consider that should have been listed. So we need to go back to PA Ramirez. Do you have that available so we can try to move a little bit quickly for the two items that we may try to vote between?
Yes.
I think it was inclusion strategies. We can talk about some stuff that we've done and initiatives, and we can build that out for the conference. Or maybe we can talk about reflections about different things that we've experienced neurodivergently with District 75. And we can tie that in where we give different members a voice within that breakout session. So how are people feeling about the inclusion strategies? I think that's kind of cool because we can talk about the different initiatives and possibly bring in different partnerships that are available there, or maybe the reflections. I want to give it back to PA Ramirez because you did uplift it to the council. So
this year's theme is fostering neurodivergent joy in higher education. So I think we can probably, if we get selected, we can probably talk about the wellness program, also all of the things that we did last year, like the back to school, and also our outreach to parents and things like that, and how that promotes joy in the family. Because it's community, and most of our families experience isolation. Actually, 64% of our parents. So
inclusion strategies is what I'm hearing you say.
Yes. So and how that helps to develop joy in the neurodiversity community.
Wonderful. Council members, do we have any feedback there in trying to get some wording done, which we can definitely get together, as I say, on the back end. Vice President Gomez, you have the floor.
Yes.
I will add to that, since it is a CUNY conference. Some of the CUNY schools have the CUNY Unlimited program. It's a pilot program that actually caters to neurodivergent students. So you might want to actually partner with individuals that are already in CUNY so that you can see how the transition has been working for those students that are already in the university, and then link that up to the kids that are actually in high school. So that you
I agree with that.
Yes.
We actually have a relationship with CUNY Unlimited, so we could easily make that happen. If everybody is in agreement, do we have a motion that we put a pitch forward for the CUNY Neurodivergent Conference for the inclusion strategies from CCD 75? We have a motion from PA Ramirez. Do we have a second?
I second Joanna Gomez.
Recording Secretary White, may we move into a roll call vote?
I'm sorry. Rebecca Alley.
Yes.
Christy Angel.
Yes.
Stephanie Bonilla.
Yes.
Joanna Gomez.
Yes.
Jessica Rivera.
She writes it in the chat.
I don't see anything from Councilmember Rivera in the chat as of yet.
Giselle Ramirez.
Yes.
Sharon Stewart.
Yes.
Michelle White. Yes. Fadaye Nazemi. Doing better. Oh. 8 yes.
All right, 8 yeses. The motion has passed. Congratulations to the council. We are going to look to PA Ramirez to give us points on this so we can get something together and get it submitted by the 20th. Also, guys, we're going to talk a little bit next month about what we're doing with Food Stream. Rebecca Alley and Giselle Ramirez and myself and a couple other people are trying to get some work done with the gardening, sustainability, and hopefully once we pitch it, a cook-off with all of the different boroughs. So we are looking forward to the excitement and partnership that we can have with the district. We now want to move into public Q&A. If you have any questions and you're in the chat, please feel free to raise your hand so that you may be given the floor. As always, if you don't have any questions now and you have them later, you may always reach out to D75council@schools.mt.gov, and we will make sure to get you to the right council person to expedite and uplift your situations. Council members, do we have any further questions or considerations from you? I do not see anything in the chat as of right now.
None from the members that are present.
Wonderful. Okay, so our next meeting will be, if I am correct, February 7th. Is that correct, Gabrielle? February 7th, we will have our next meeting. We will have that on CCD. 4th?
Yeah.
I stand corrected. February 4th, that is a Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. We will be back here, same place, same time, and with great technology and a new member. We are so proud and very happy of the work that we're doing, guys. We have a lot more to do with before the next month, but thank you again, as always, for your work. Thank you, District, for your partnership. We will see you guys again soon. This will be on CCD 75 Outreach on YouTube. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
All right.
I motion to adjourn this meeting at 8:31 p.m.
Do we have a second?
I second, Rebecca.
Thank you guys so much. Our meeting for the calendar meeting is adjourned at 8:32 p.m. We may now release our interpreters. You guys stay warm, stay involved, and thank you guys for coming. Council members, let us know that you made it home soon and carefully. And again, see you guys later. You know I'm gonna go on forever if y'all don't stop.
Thank you. Good night.
Safe.
Bye, guys.